Good afternoon, all. And I guess saw a story where Trump called the governors of all the states where protests is happening this week. And I agree with them. Those governors are weak, empathetic, and I guess they're not protesters or looters, they're insurrectionists. I also view Trump as being too weak. He should use the Insurrection Act of 1807 to get sent in the military and get mow him down. But before I get to the story, could you do me one little favor and subscribe to my channel and hit the like button? It will help me out a lot. Now to the story. Trump unloads on governors over protest response, calls them weak. They're not protesters. This is not protest. This is looting. This is rioting. This is insurrection. Trump, President Trump unloaded on governors in a phone call Monday over how they're responding to the protests and riots across the country following the death of Floyd, calling them weak and urging them to dominate. Don't dominate, devastate. Make it so for the next 100 years. People are even afraid to go out and riot like they are because they know they're going to come down so damn hard. Most of you are weak, Trump said. You have to arrest people. You have to dominate. If you don't dominate, you're wasting your time. Yes. According to a senior staff member in the governor's office who listened to the sale, they're going to run over you. You're going to look like a bunch of jerks. You have to dominate. No, not dominate. Devastate. Be so. Show them what happens when you go too far. Trump, on a call with the governors, law enforcement, and national security officers, also told local leaders, "You much, you have to get much tougher on protests." Trump also promised to clamp down on protests in D.C. Yes, he is. You have to arrest people. You have to track people. You have to put them in jail for 10 years, and you'll never see that stuff again. We're doing it in D.C. You're going to have to do something that people haven't seen before. Martial law. And this is what's going to happen because of stupid protesters, stupid idiots that support this shit. That says it's only protest. It don't. You can't tell black people how to protest. I have a friend on Facebook. Most of the time we get along, but this time he's urging people to kill white people. Jeff, Israeli son. He urged cities like New York, Philadelphia, and LA to take similar matters. President, President urged governors to call up the National Guard, crediting them for helping de escalate the situation in Minneapolis. He told the governors that they were making themselves look like fools. They're already fools. You can't make yourself look more of a fool for not calling up the National Guard as a show of force on the city streets. Attorney General Bill Barr, who also on the call, told governors a joint terrorist task force will be would track the agitators. He told local officials to dominate the streets and not to react to crowds but go after troublemakers. Make the crowds. You get enough force out there. Get the Humvees. Get the APCs and start rolling down. Show the crowd this is not gonna happen. As of Monday morning, at least 4,400 people have been taken into custody nationwide. It should be 10 times, if not 100 times that number nationwide in a relationship to the chaos, according to the AP tally. Meanwhile, countless more business owners whose livelihoods have already been impacted by the pandemic are finding their stores damaged and ransacked. Let the store owners start mounting people with AR-15s on top of the roofs. This is why we need the Second Amendment to protect your property. Anybody that says, "I don't know why you need an AR-15 and 30 rounds of ammo," this is why you need the AR-15. Get up on your rooftops and defend your property. Get tough, Democrat mayors and governors. These people are anarchists. Call in our National Guard now. The world is watching and laughing at you and Sleepy Joe. Is this America wants? No, Trump said. So terrible. Where are the risks and long-term jail sentence? Trump answered in reaction to a tweet claiming to show a graphic video of Dallas man being beaten into critical condition. Yes, if you have the video, where the fucking cops arresting these guys? No, because it's the Democrats that do not want any type of punishment for looters, unless any type of protest done on the left is 100% okay by the Democrats. But you show up peacefully and demonstrate against the lockdown, if you're on the right, you're a terrorist. This is what the Democrats want. They want the United States to fail. Every single Democrat should be tried and found guilty of treason. Demonstrations have taken to the streets to demand justice and police accountability after Floyd died in public custody after authorities say Minnesota police officer. Here's the problem: more people have died by whites. More white people have died by cops than black people, but we never hear anything because we understand most people who died by cops' hands are scumbag. And you can tell I'm a little bit worked up, and I think these protesters are not protesters, but loiters, insurrectionists, traitors, and should be shot. Anyone who supports them are no better than Benedict Arnold. So, before I go any further, why don't you guys uh, comment down below what you think is happening, and do you think Trump's right? The um, governors are being weak and being ran over by Antifa and their kin. Uh, if you made it this far, please hit the subscribe button and like button to help me out. And as always, be good, have fun, stay safe. Bye bye.